began this series titled The Rise and Spread of Cultism last week by applying a story of what happened recently in one custodial center in Nigeria involving alleged cultists to highlight the very dark side of cultism. We also took a brief look at the laws that deal with cultism and related offenses, and then rounded off with the question: how much have these special provisions done to tackle and reduce the spread of cultism? In this final part, we go on to stress the dangers of cultism and warn that unless something drastic is done, the society will be worse off. A quick online search on the roots of cultism reveals the following. Quote, cultism in Nigeria originated in 1952 at the University College Ibadan, now University of Ibadan, with the formation of the Pirates Confraternity, also known as Sea Dogs, by Nobel laureates Wole Soyinka and six others, collectively known as the Magnificent Seven. It was created as a non-violent, anti-elitist student organization to promote social justice and fight against colonialism, not to be a violent gang. End of quote. This part of history bears no repeating. However, just like any movement that lacks periodic reinvention, rivalries flared up within the association and splinter groups emerged, bearing fire and brimstone. These rival groups embarked on aggressive recruitment of members, firstly from within tertiary academic campuses, and later on from every nook and crevice of society. Today, there are youths from every shade of life who belong to one group or another, proudly showing off their colors, as they call it. Such has been the rise and spread of cultism that today this menace has crept into secondary and some say our public primary schools. Young people are targeted and initiated into a scary life of fear, anxiety, and fatalities through awful blood oaths and loyalty covenants, filled with life-threatening rules and practices. As the years passed, the youths of the 1970s/80s are the boardroom gurus of today, even as members of these groups have wound their way into positions of influence. Unsurprisingly, these groups hold the power levers in politics, business, and even law enforcement, further amplifying the question, quote, how will this menace be tamed when these groups control the positions of justice and enforcement? End of quote. The spread of cult groups has not been limited to Nigerian schools and communities. Almost all of the groups have international branches in what has become increasingly structured and influential beyond boundaries. This international dimension has also opened other dimensions in involvement by these groups in various international crimes. For instance, for about 5 consecutive years now, the Interpol have been in a running battle with members of the New Black Movement, the Black Axe cult group, in various European cities where they anchor and perpetuate gigantic cybercrime, child trafficking, drug and ransom activities. As recently as last month, Interpol arrested many members of the group in Switzerland for various offenses. The arrest comes under the project tagged Red Card 2.0, in which the Interpol is cracking down the group's massive global infrastructure. Even as we speak, cult groups are strategizing and re-strategizing against one another on the one hand, and against innocent persons on the other hand. Members are recruited with promises of belongingness, influence, and even utopia. How much of those promises come to pass, we do not know. But one thing is certain, which is that cultism, just as a metastatic tumor, is deeply entrenched and increasingly spreading in Nigeria, requiring urgent attention. Alas, the question is, who will bear the cat? Our socials at Zarephath Aid are available, and you can follow us. You can also like, comment, and share. My name is Ben Abraham, and this is Criminal Justice Focus. Thank you.